Good morning, YouTube traders. This is William from Bearable Traders, and today we're going to go over 3 BYND trades. One was a very small loser, one was a much bigger winner, and the third one, God, I'm still shooting myself in the foot for this. I had it. I used my wave theory, which we're going to talk about, used the larger time frames. I am learning how to catch knives on smaller time frames using the larger time frames. They are risky, but they lead to big moves if you can hold. And I entered it correctly, I put my stop correctly, and then I just chickened out. I still do that. I got no one to blame but me on that. But then we're going to go into an MU trade that I'm going to give you the whole setup here. Exactly. It'll be something you can add to your playbook to learn how to trade. So we're going to talk about that too. And that'll be really fun. But first, let's go to BYND. All right. BYND shot down on the 1 minute chart. All right. It lost about $3 in the first minute. Now with BYND, that volume wasn't very significant. Already went 3 down, already lost $3. And this was a gap up on the daily that was dumping down to support on multiple time frames. The 200 on the 1, the 50 on the 5, the 20 on the 15. All right, I had all this support, and you know me. I want to trade long off support to minimize my stop and to maximize my ability to get a good reward. And I want to go short off resistance. Now let's combine that thought with wave theory, okay? Stocks don't just fall to the ground and shoot to the moon. They wave. They wave up, they wave down. And if you can really start to understand that and notice that they wave in between moving averages in different levels, and to start to open your eyes a little bit to something a little bit more than just candlesticks, you know that not all moves up and down are reversals. They're just consolidations within a wave using larger time frame theory on the 15, the 60, and using moving averages. All right. So when I saw this dump, there's no way I'm going to go short into support, right? I can't go short into support on a daily gap up. Not doing it. So I found this level as a potential support, okay? Potential support, the 50 on the 5, the 200 on the 1, and the 20 on the 15, okay? Now, I went long a little pre-early, right? Pre-empted this long. I was too excited to get to this level actually. Okay, I was so confident it was going to bounce off this level. So I went long and I quickly stopped out. Then I realized this volume was dying. The shorts were not pushing this down. Over here, you see how we're in the market live right now? You see how this is all black and red? There's no buyers. There, finally someone bought like 100 shares right there. But when I was seeing this, even though this volume was small, I started to see buyers coming in, and over here was flashing green, and this was still a gap up, and it was at support on all these time frames. And I was making this trade with a very tight stop on BYND, and my target was VWAP, all right? And I had all the support to buy off, so I went in 2 or 3 times right here because I was really confident, and my stop was so small. And as soon as, look at this, as soon as I had this hammer and I got it at the tail of that hammer, I knew I was in for it. And BYND, it moves so fast that I partialed out a little early before VWAP, but I still got a great risk to reward, and I was happy with it, right? Partialing up and then get out at break even, okay? So one loss, one much bigger winner using wave theory. And look, you think this is random that this 200 is where it bounces off and this 50 is where the resistance is? No, it's because people like me trade. I profit out at VWAP. I profit out at the 50. I'm not going to long into 50. I'm going to try to buy off here. Now, I could be wrong. It could dump, but I know that my order will be fighting against other people's order, and there will be a lot of people with me that understand waves and how these stocks can move, all right? So I did the same thing here, and this is where I'm shooting myself in the foot. I had this. This was a long. Let's go on the 1 minute chart. Now, what did I see? I saw even $153 holding. Look at this chart. It's just bleeding. You guys, look at this. How in the heck do you go long right here? Why does this not continue to go down on heavy volume after a big dump? I'll tell you why. It hit the moving average nearly on the daily, and this 200 was incoming on the 60. This is why I have the larger time frame. Look at this. Resistance, broke through resistance, potentially act as support. It might not work out, But combine that moving average with this one, with the gap up, with this hammer candle on the 2-minute, getting a great risk to reward. Yes, I could be wrong. And if I stop out, no problem. And yes, I need to hold this because this is a bottoming action play. And look, it never looked back. And I chickened out. I did. I got no one to blame, but I chickened out. I had everything I wanted, and I just chickened out right away. No reason to. So that's something I can improve on, all right? Something I need to work on. I had a great setup for me. Just hold to my values, hold to my setup, hold to my rules, and I didn't do that on that trade. But now let's look at this MU trade. All right. This was a great trade, okay? First of all, it was kind of stuck in some chop, okay? So whether or not you're looking for something in chop, look at this. It's waving up, waving down. Then I see a hammer candle, okay, which is a potential bottoming candle where it stops out everyone and shoots back up. So that got me interested. And we knew MU today had a news catalyst. It gapped up. It was strong. It was still trying to hold around VWAP. So I really liked this. I liked this, all right? Now, number two, before I entered the trade, I saw this volume right here, okay? Increasing volume on the 1-minute chart. And what did I see? I actually noted this. I said, this is a potential pull. And when this candle was closed, before I made the trade, I was like, this is a pull candle. What happens on a pull? It gets a flag. So then when this started to create the doji indecision flag pattern, I was like, man, now this is giving me clear risk to reward, okay? Go under these moving averages because it wasn't closed yet, but the wick had already made this wick. So I was like, all right, I'll go under this wick, which was the moving average. It's an 8-cent stop under the moving average. I have my clear setup, pull, bull flag. Now where do I profit out at? 3-1. This is not a 2-1 trade for me. This, I'm very happy with letting this go longer than 2-1 because MU was in play today. A day like this is where MU will make a bigger move. So here I put my limit, and it's really as simple as that. Andrew teaches this all the time. Bull flag, long above VWAP, profit where, profit at whatever level you find. And then what I add to this is like, look at this increasing volume. Look at this hammer. So not only am I using what I learned from Andrew, I'm using what I learned from all the other traders, from all the people I talk with, from all the introspection I put in my trades. Now I have so many indicators to share to tell me that this is a good place to go long. This is a good place to put my stop. And my entry for a 3-1 on a day that MU's moving, everything was perfect. So you guys have any questions about the BYND stuff or this MU trade, about anything to help you add this to your playbook, please just let me know in the comments. Thank you so much.